Today on Thrifty Whiskey, the guys will be reviewing Four Roses Bourbon. Four Roses Bourbon is a Kentucky straight bourbon from the Four Roses Distillery. The Four Roses Distillery has 2 mash bills and 5 different strains of yeast to create a variety of flavors for blending. This bottle is a blend of all 10 recipes. This bottle comes in at 80 proof. We paid $22 for our bottle with the average retail price of $23. As always, your prices may vary. Enjoy.
Thank you, Joyce. We're looking forward to drinking more whiskey and sharing our thoughts with you. So let's go ahead and do that.
Well, we're back on this side of the ocean.
You think?
Yeah, I do. Do you not think?
I'm not sure what I think. It smells metallic, but not like it smells like copper.
Yeah.
Like freshly polished copper.
Not nickel or tin?
Maybe brass. I'm going to say there's an herbal note there.
There is a metallic note, and there is an herbal note.
Yeah.
I think that herbal note is... I don't know what that herbal note is.
I think we are back on this side of the ocean, and I think we are north of Erie.
A Maine whiskey?
No.
I don't think so.
I know what you're going for, and I don't think so either.
This smells way too good to be Canadian.
It smells... there's a little bit of a...
Sorry, Canada.
There's a little bit of a candy note there.
Oh, very sweet.
Yeah, mine for taste.
And after the taste, no, I'm taking a back seat on the Canada.
Yeah, it's definitely not Canadian. If this is Canadian, I'm surprised they make other Canadians.
No, it's not Canadian.
This should be the only Canadian.
No, I'm getting something on the finish that definitely draws me back. Dry hay, grassy.
I'm sticking with that herbal note. The herbal note for me is what really is dominating.
What herb is it, though?
I don't...
It's not an herb. Sugar snap pea.
No.
No. Maybe.
That's what I'm getting.
The note I'm getting is a note I've had before, where the only note I know how to call it is herbal. Beyond what herb and stuff, I don't really have anything. It's just herbal.
I'm getting like a hibiscus, maybe? And green tea.
I'm gonna add some water.
I already added water to mine.
Well, aren't you fancy? White pepper.
I'm getting that on the finish.
I can see that.
But I definitely am getting your green tea note, too. Like herbal, green tea, maybe juniper, hibiscus.
Ooh, juniper, yeah.
Isn't juniper used in gin?
Yes. I'm not overwhelmed by it. I think it's amazing.
Right, like it's solid.
I think it'd be a good cocktail mixer.
Yes.
I don't.
No? You are the cocktail expert.
I won't go that far.
I agree with Josh on that aspect. Adding the water kind of opens a lot of things up. I'm getting a little bit of tobacco out of it now. A little bit of cocoa, chocolate.
You know, I can see it being a good cocktail mixer. I'm not going to mix it with Coke. I'm more along the lines of like a whiskey sour
Manhattan. Ginger beer, though. I think
I could go for a mule.
I think ginger beer or ginger ale will awaken the spices up.
Yeah. Ooh.
Tell us.
It's a Girl Scout cookie, but not a Thin Mint.
Samoa.
Shortbread.
It's not those ones.
What's the coconut one?
It's the coconut one.
That is the Samoa, isn't it?
Is it?
Or is that the Tagalog? I don't know.
It's the Samoa because coconut is Samoa. Yeah, that's it. It's the Samoa.
We're going to move to ratings. We're going to talk about the nose, palate, and finish on a scale of 0 to 5.
I'm going to give this one a 3 on the nose. Solid, not great, nothing spectacular. Which is how I like my American whiskeys generally. Most American whiskeys to me sit nicely in that 3 range for rating. On the palate though, I am going to give it a 3.5. I thought that it brought more than the nose indicated it was going to bring. The notes were fantastic. Well done. Nothing unique, but there were like that green tea note, that hibiscus note, not things I see all the time. And then on the finish, I think the finish to me was not great. There just wasn't a lot there. I'm going to give it a 2.
I agree with you on the finish. The finish was really dull. I'm going to go 1.5 there. Palate, I thought was pretty decent. I'm going to go 3.5. The nose, I just wish it was a little more concrete as to what was in it. There was some good aromas coming off of the nose, but nothing that was purely identifiable to me. And I just wish that I could nail it down a little more, and that's going to knock it back to a 2.5 for me on the nose.
I'm going to agree with your ratings, honestly. Nose, a 3. Palate, 3.5. Finish is wavering between a 2 and a 1.5. Think I'm going to go a 2. It's fine. I think this is a good cocktail mixer. I think it's fine for what it is based on my guesses of what I think it is. If it's not what I think it is, then I don't think it's really that good at all.
Right.
But if it is
what's Canadian.
That's Canadian.
If it's Canadian, this is a fantastic Canadian.
Accurate.
Is this Irish or Scotch? It's American. Okay.
With all that being said, let's go into our guesses. We want to know what type of whiskey you think this is, what you think the proof is, what you think retail is, and what you would be willing to pay for it.
I think this is an 80 proof. It's American whiskey. That's as accurate as I can get. I'm going to say bourbon. Yeah, it's an 80 proof bourbon. I think this probably retails for around 20. And I would not pay that. I would pay 15.
I'm going to say this is a wheated bourbon. There was just something on the finish that I was getting that had me leaning that direction. I'm going to go 84 proof. I'm going to say this went for $15. I would probably pay $12 for it, and I would probably pass it up because I think that there's better stuff out there for that price range.
I think this is a rye whiskey, upper 80s.
Upper 80s.
Upper 80s. Because I think it's a rye, I'm going to guess it costs around $20. I think I'd be comfortable paying for a rye that tastes like this $20. If it is a bourbon, I'm not comfortable paying that.
Fair. Okay.
If it's a rye, there's other ryes out there that I'd rather have, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
Regardless of what this is, there are others of it that I would pay for over it.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's our guesses. Let's go ahead and figure out what this is. Today, we drank Four Roses Bourbon.
It's from Kentucky. Oh, man.
Yep, it's a Kentucky straight bourbon from the Four Roses Distillery. It is aged for at least 5 years. It is 80 proof.
All right, I was right on that one. Woo.
We paid $22 for this.
Ooh.
It generally retails for $23.
Oof. Nah.
No, there's much more out there
Yeah.
in that price range that I'd rather have.
Agreed. That's a no for me.
The bottle doesn't bring it up any. Four Roses doesn't.
It's a nice cork. I'll give it that.
That does look like a nice cork.
That's a nice
That was a nice pop. I will give you that.
It's a good wide opening. I think what you need right here is 10 more proof points. For $23. $23 for an 80 proof whiskey.
Yeah.
Like that's no bueno.
Yeah.
I can buy 2 bottles of a handful of things for that.
If you're wanting to compete in the $20 price range when it comes to bourbon, you need to be at least 90 proof. 86. At least 86 proof. When it comes to taste, if you're trying to compete, and as far as taste is concerned, I think you need to have more proof on you. Like, there's not really, I can't even think of any 80 proof whiskey bourbons. I'm sure there are, because...
Yeah, there's hundreds out there that we haven't even tried yet.
But
they have some kind of gimmick.
So this bourbon from Heaven Hills, $20, is 90 proof. It's just Evan Williams 1983, right? This is becoming a classic staple bourbon for $20. For approximately the same price as this, you can get 21 more proof points with Wild Turkey 101. Maybe 2 more. I think it's like $25 here, but still... For $2 more.
You're right. You've proved your point. I'm not buying this.
Yeah.
Whether I'm looking at the bottle, whether I'm looking at the proof points, whether I'm looking for taste, this is not competing with the things around it.
So moving on then to ratings from other sites. Distiller gave this an 82. Whiskey Advocate an 87.
82's low for Distiller.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Wine Enthusiast gave it a 93. But it's Wine Enthusiast.
Yeah, they don't know whiskey. They don't wine.
The general tasting notes from around the web. On the nose, floral, spice, honey, fruit, sweet, palate, fruit, specifically apple and pear, and spice. Finish, spice, oak, and, quote, longer than expected.
That's what you want to hear. Longer than expected.
If this was like in the $15 range,
right.
Fine.
I said, I think it costs 20. I pay 15. 15, I might buy this.
I said at $12, I would still pass it up for better whiskeys.
That's what we think of this whiskey. Until next time, May the winds of fortune sail you.
May you sail a gentle sea.
May it always be the other guy who says,
This drink's on me.